What's up guys, it's AJ from AE79 Prospecting. Today, I'm going to show you how to pan for gold. So what do you need to get started? First, you need a good gold pan. This is the Garrett Super Sleuth. It is my all-time favorite gold pan, highly recommended. The next thing you need is gold bearing pay dirt. If you're fortunate enough to live in a gold bearing area, you can just go outside and get this. But if you don't live in that type of area, that's okay, because you can order this stuff online, so you can pan for gold just about anywhere. My favorite brand is I Pan for Gold. This is a 2-pound blend of their best pay dirts. In addition, you need a snuffer bottle. This is invaluable to sucking up the gold from your pan. And lastly, you need a vial so you can store the gold and help display the gold. It's pretty cool because when the water's in the vial, it magnifies the gold 2 times, so it looks absolutely brilliant in a vial. Before we get started, we need to understand a couple of concepts. The first one is called stratification. When you're shaking your gold pan back and forth, you're stratifying the material. That is, you're separating the material by weight. The heaviest goes on the bottom, the lightest goes on top. Let me show you an example that will make it really clear how that works. What I have here is gold bearing material from the claim that I work on. So there's a good combination of silt, sand, black sand, and gold. So what I'm going to do is we're going to stratify the material by really agitating and shaking it up. We let the material settle for a couple of minutes, and you can clearly see that it's been stratified into several layers. Up top, you have the lightest material, or the silt. Right below it, you have sandy material. It's a little bit heavier. Right below that, you have your darker black material. That's your black sand. Your gold's going to be in this layer, typically right on the bottom. The other thing to appreciate though is you can clearly see the layers, but they're not perfect. There is some sand mixed into the black sand, and that's why after you pan off the top every single time, you have to re-stratify the material by shaking and agitating the pan. That allows the lighter material to be re-stratified to the top and the gold a chance to get to the bottom. The second concept is understanding how gold acts in the pan. After you stratify the material by shaking and agitating the pan, the gold goes to the bottom. But what happens to the gold when it's on the bottom? You don't really know because it's under all the material. I'm going to show you how gold acts in the pan by using a 6-gram gold nugget. I think when you see that, you understand and appreciate it, and then you'll know what your gold is doing when you're actually panning the material. So pretend I'm stratifying the material. Look where the gold goes. It goes to the bottom of the pan at this bottom lip here. Then you're going to go ahead and start panning the material off. And as you pan the material off, the lighter material goes off the top, the gold sticks on the bottom, and these safety riffles here, these 90-degree ridges, help keep the bigger pieces of gold on the bottom of the pan. Let me show you an extreme example of this. I'm shaking the pan, shaking the pan, shaking the pan, shaking the pan, shaking, 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 shaking. The pan is now at a 90-degree angle. Look at this. You see that? That gold is not going anywhere. These safety riffles are protecting it. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. First, let's go ahead and put the pay dirt in the pan. Next, we want to go ahead and stratify the material. You do that by first dunking the material in water, and now you go ahead and just shake the material. You can do this a lot of different ways. You'll see some people go back and forth. You'll see some people doing it in a circle. It doesn't really matter how you do it. The bottom line is you just keep shaking it, keep shaking it, keep shaking it, and you're stratifying the material. Think of that bottle. We're trying to get the light material, the silt and the light sand at the top, and then the heavier material, the black sands and the gold. We want to get that all the way to the bottom. After stratifying the material, you want to go ahead and gently tilt the pan forward until the edge of the material is about an inch from the edge of the pan. And you're going to keep shaking the entire time. And then once you're at the top, you go ahead and just gently wash the material off the top of the pan. Then you go ahead and shake it back up again. You bring it forward, and you do the same thing. Notice the lighter material is coming off the top, and that reveals darker material underneath. Then when I go ahead and shake it back up, the lighter material comes back to the top. You're stratifying the material. The gold is sinking to the bottom. When you're pulling the material off, you're not pushing the material off. You're letting the water gently wash the material off. Think of it like a broom. You're using the broom to gently sweep the material off the top. Easy rule of thumb when you get started is 3 times. You shake it for about 5 seconds. You tilt the pan forward. 1, 2, 3. And then go ahead and start shaking it up again. There's a lot of variations in technique that you can use to do this, but this is one of the most basic and simple ones, and honestly, this works great. Now you could go a whole lot slower than this, but again, you don't have to. Remember that 6-gram nugget I showed you. Remember how those safety riffles were retaining that nugget. So you don't have to go too terribly slow. Just trust the safety riffles, keep stratifying the material, keep bringing it forward, and just slowly keep panning it down. Now you can see at this point we're getting very low material. The material is barely covering the ridge of the riffles now. So this is the point in time where it's probably a good idea to take the material and work it at the back of the pan. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to bring the material now, and we're going to keep stratifying it. We're going to keep bringing it back here. And now we're going to just do the same process. We're just going to take just a little bit off the top here. And you can start to see a little bit of gold starting to show. And there we go. Now, can you see all that in the back, guys? That's the gold. And you can see a nice, beautiful nugget showing there. It took this long though for the gold to start to make its appearance. Why? Because it's all the way on the bottom. We've done such a good job stratifying the material. It just kind of sticks on the bottom here. Now watch this. I'm just going to gently work that black sand down. I'm watching for gold going out the top, but really all the gold is sitting on the bottom. And this pan's texture is slightly rough, so it catches all the gold. So I'm just watching carefully. Look at that. Oh, beautiful gold. And look at that black sand there. That is the heaviest black sand, the hematite, the magnetite. It's all there. And I'm just kind of gently just walking the material down here. There's a little piece of gold here. I'm keeping an eye on it, and if I start to see it move, I'll re-stratify the material. But otherwise, I'm just kind of slowly walking it all down, guys. That gold's not moving. We'll go ahead and re-stratify it again. Get that black sand to show up. And there you go. I'm gonna stratify it up again a little bit. And yet, at any point in time, you can stop and start swirling the pan. But really, I'm still panning. I'm still taking out all of that black sand. Nothing fancy here, guys. It's the same principle. Look at that. We're almost down to pure gold now. Look at that. Look at that black sand, guys. You see how little water flow I'm having touch the gold now. Just barely touching it. It's just kissing the gold. And it's just enough flow on the back to allow the black sand to roll out the back by keeping all the gold in the pan. Look at that, guys. We're pretty much down to pure gold. That is beautiful. Let's have a little bit of fun now. So I added all the gold we just panned out in the middle, and also throw in my 6-gram nugget. Let's see how fast we can pan this gold out, guys. The key again is stratify, 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 stratify. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He's got stratify, stratify, get the gold to the bottom. Lean it forward. Oh my gosh, what the heck is he doing? What is AJ doing? He's taking all the material off the top. He's using the back of his hand. Oh my gosh, all the gold is going off the pan. This is crazy. There's absolutely no way any of this gold is going to be retained. Go ahead into the smooth part of the pan. No more safety riffles here now. Check it out. Look at it. The big boys there. All of the beautiful, beautiful gold from Michael. It's all here, guys. To satisfy my own curiosity, I went ahead and panned out my tailings after my speed pan. Not too shabby, guys. Check out that gold, guys. Unreal. I mean, you got a huge, huge nugget there. Lots of fine gold, pickers all over the place. This is what it's about. I don't know how you can't have gold fever when you watch these kind of videos. Next, you want to go ahead and use your snuffer bottle to go ahead and suck up the gold. So you want to just squeeze the bottle like this to create a suction, get underneath, and then suck it up. Then you can kind of tap down here, squeeze it again, and just keep going. Now I think I'm going to have a problem here. It's a good problem. I don't think all these pieces are going to be able to fit into the snuffer bottle because there are some huge pieces of gold in here. Well, I was able to suck up everything except these two pieces. Next, we're going to start to put our gold in our vials. So I'm going to put these 2 nice little nuggets in there. And next, you're going to take the top of your snuffer bottle and pull the plastic tube almost all the way through the top. Screw it back on there. Shake the gold to the bottom.
Panning for gold is fun, easy, and you can do it at home. I wanted to send a special thank you to Michael at I Pan for Gold for his awesome pay dirt. Make sure you check out the links down below in the video description for more information on the products used in this video and how you can support our channel. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.